My name is Omar Mudar. I had a very bad experience on my travel abroad with Qatar Airlines on the July the 18th, 2016. I want the travelers to know what to expect when you travel with the Qatar Airlines. They will find an excuse to deny you to board the airlines. At the end of the day, when there is no excuse, they will make you pay again for your ticket. This is what I went through with my 4 children. Before I can explain it further, I want my 2 kids to explain what they went through.
My name is Amina. I am 10 years old. This was my worst travel out of the country. On July 18, 2016, we had left Mombasa to Nairobi by an early flight to catch our flight to the US. We arrived about 4 hours before the leaving time. We were flying out by Qatar Airlines as we were trying to check in 2 of my sisters who are also residents of the United States. We're told by the officials that they could not board, and we were told to leave them. I cried nonstop. Who are they going to stay with in Nairobi?
My name is Sharifa. I am 9 years old. On July 18, 2016, this was the worst day in my life when I was told by Qatar Airlines I could not travel to the U.S. with my dad. I did not know what to do, who to stay with, or where to stay. I had never cried like that before. Dad was to leave me. My mom was in the U.S. It took my dad a lot of comfort for my dad to tell me if you are not going, I am not going to.
Okay, this is a brief what we went through. On that day when we arrived at Qatar Airlines, I'm a citizen of the United States. My daughter Amina is also a citizen of the United States. The 2 kids, Sharifa and the other one, we had started the process of applying for their citizenship. When you apply for citizenship, the U.S. passport agencies, they take away your green card. So they travel with a Kenyan passport. And when we arrived at Qatar Airlines, we tried to explain to them this is a Kenyan citizen, but they're U.S. resident. They have lived there for the last 7 years. Qatar Airlines say they contacted the U.S. Border Control. U.S. Border Control, according to Qatar Airlines, told them that they cannot board. So what we had to do? We had to go to the U.S. Embassy the next day and explain our situation. The next day we went to the U.S. Embassy. It took so long. So the U.S. Embassy, when we explained our situation, actually they say they gave the 2 kids U.S. temporary passport, which means, according to me, they had no immigration issue. Otherwise, they would have not given U.S. temporary passport. And so the other day, we had to go back to Qatar Airlines, told them that they have got U.S. temporary passport. Qatar Airlines told us that you did not travel on the 18th of July, you have to pay the tickets again. So we had to pay $3,770 to buy new tickets. We explained that this is not our mistake. They never agreed to this. And another incident that we went through, I had to spend 4 extra days in Nairobi with my 4 kids, the expenses that we went through in Nairobi. And then I lost 4 days of work. On the day of travel, this was now on the 22nd of July, when we arrived at the airport, we tried to check in. One of the Qatar Airlines kept with my passport for a long time, about 30 minutes. I tried to ask him what's going on, and the guy told me that according to the U.S. Border Security Agency, somebody who has stayed in Kenya for more than 3 months, you have to go through a security check. I said, are you serious? Have you looked at my passport? Can you bring my passport back? I showed him. Actually, we had stayed in Kenya for only 4 weeks. So the 3 months, I don't know where the agent came it from. According to me, this was another lame excuse from Qatar Airlines to deny a U.S. citizen not to go back to their country. If I had stayed in Nairobi, they would have made me pay for another flight. This was very ridiculous. I want travelers to know about this. And one thing I want to tell that on the same day, there was another boy who was around 6 years older on the 18th of July. Qatar Airlines denied this boy to travel again. They told him that his passport had expired. The following day, we met with this boy and his mom at the U.S. Embassy. The U.S. Embassy gave him a temporary passport. This is very ridiculous. If you're going back to your country, if your passport has expired, you are supposed to travel your passport. passport expiration date does not allow you to enter foreign country. But going back to your country, there's no excuse about that. So what I went through, this family went through what I went through as well. They had to buy tickets again from Qatar Airlines. When I came back to the US, I thought I could resolve this with the Qatar Airlines in the US. I've written so many emails. They have refused to refund back my money. My 4 days of work I missed, the expenses as traveling, the expenses that I incurred while staying in Nairobi. This is a story that I want to share. I want everybody to know that what to expect when you're traveling to Qatar Airlines. They will find an excuse. Out of this excuse, they will make you pay your ticket again. Travelers, beware of this. Thank you.